Voice was important, like finding Min, who was a little bit higher pitched and a little bit more straight-laced, and finding Dom, who had a little slight Hispanic tone to him, which is really great about Carlos, is that we were trying to figure out how to mutate his voice. And in fact, when he talks to you, he talks exactly like we wanted, which is pretty normal, but the occasional Hispanic flair when he got a word that was sort of that way. And so it was just finding the differentiating pieces. And I think, you know, there's some places where I wish we could have done maybe better if we'd heard them more as an ensemble cast all at once. You know, I think we could have done a slightly better job differentiating them. But for the most part, I'm really, like I said, I'm really proud of the cast we have and the performance they did.
I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it.
When you look at the casting of Rasta as Gus, we were kind of, you know, watching the videos of the previous work that this guy had done. He'd done these crazy kind of, you know, football player commercials and whatnot. And we're sitting there thinking, wouldn't it be fun to go to war with that guy? And we cast him kind of as stunt casting. It's just kind of like, you know, this would be crazy, this would be cool. And the character was already built, and, you know, he had arms that were, you know, they were decent size, right? He had some pythons in his arms, but once we really got the voice in there, we realized this guy needs some guns on his arms. I mean, he doesn't just need a Lancer gun. He needs, like, you know, got tickets to the gun show type guns. And the arm size after that wound up tripling after we cast Rasta as Gus. The overall kind of design motif for Gears is kind of something old, something new, right? You have a bolt-action sniper rifle that's old, but it looks sci-fi, right? You have these characters that have these kind of sci-fi suits, but there's really not a lot of laser weapons in the game. We kind of knew we wanted to go old school with the music as far as, you know, classical instruments of just strings and you know, very much a orchestra that we could actually later record live. And I think the quality when you record live is just tremendous, and I think that comes through in the game.
Having the soundtrack or the score recorded by an actual orchestra, again, to me, it adds to the credibility of a AAA franchise and the richness of the performance. I mean, much like having John do Marcus and you listen to him and there's something about what he brings to the character and meaningfulness and believability to it, I find that the orchestra recordings of our music change it completely to making it grounded in the world and real, you know, as opposed to some synthetic thing. It's this, the orchestra's strength. I mean, some of the tracks were like, you know, I was personally a little, you know, I'm not certain about this track at this particular moment and that kind of stuff. And then when Mike came back with the orchestra recordings and you listen to this music being played live, it completely changed it and made it real and made it legitimate. And I feel that's what I think that's doing for us too, is I think it's just raising the quality bar even higher on the franchise and on the product. I hope Gears gives the players the feeling that they had as a kid when they would be afraid of something and then ultimately be empowered to kind of defeat it.
I hope they get an excellent gameplay experience. I hope they get, you know, floored by the visuals. I hope the gameplay is fun and they can revisit it often.
Ideally, when they play another game after this and you can't take cover or you can't do something in the game, it'll feel like it's missing something.
I want them to go and see this as something bigger than what it is, which is a game right now. I want them to look for bigger ways to explore it. I want them to be jazzed that they play it. I want them to be telling their friends. I want word of mouth to spread like crazy. I want people just to be, you know, having that adrenaline rush after finishing and going like, I'm so satisfied that it was the right amount of time and the right amount of excitement and the right peaks and valleys of the gameplay, that it wasn't just, you know, they don't go away disappointed, that they go away like, you know, I spent $60 or whatever it's going to be on that, and it was well worth the money and I'd do it again.
If we can have people participate at a level where they walk away still talking about it, then we've certainly achieved everything that we've kind of started out to achieve.
If people are sweating after they're done playing, we've done our job.
It's an enjoyable, beautiful, exhausting cinematic experience, and I think people are going to like it.